So you've booked your holiday, you know you're going to go, you're dreading there isn't horrible building work going on next door, a bit like where we're filming right now. But the key question everyone asks me, what is the cheapest way to spend when I go? My first option, and the best option of the lot, is to get yourself a specialist overseas credit card. Let me explain first of all how all plastic works when you're overseas, whether it's debit or credit. You spend on it and they add a hidden load, usually at 3% to the exchange rate they get. So that means if you spend £100 worth of euros, you'll be charged £103. And it gets worse too in some cases. You'll be charged for withdrawing cash. On credit cards, you'll pay interest even if you clear the card in full on those cash withdrawals. And on some, what I call the debit cards from hell, Lloyds, NatWest, Santander, RBS, Halifax, they charge you an additional fee every time you spend, up to £1.50. But the saviour here is these specialist credit cards, because they are load-free worldwide, and there's a range of them. So that means you spend £100 worth of euros and it costs you £100. Now they will still have ATM charges of various amounts, although they tend to be lower, which means you're better to spend on the card than to withdraw cash and to spend that. But overall, this is the cheapest way to spend. It works in every country. You're getting perfect rates everywhere. Of course, you need to set up a direct debit to repay the card in full every month, or you're going to be charged interest, which makes it not worth it. But in general, that's the cheapest way to go. I know some of you out there will be going, aren't there any debit cards that do this? Well, the only one remaining as I film is the Norwich and Peterborough current account. But do you really want to switch your current account just to get cheap spending abroad? There are many better perks on current accounts, and you can just apply for a credit card anytime willy-nilly and do what I do. I have an overseas wallet, it sits in there, I never spend on it in the UK because it doesn't give me any advantage here, but when I go away, hey! Tip 2. If you actually want a bit of cash in your pocket, how do you get it? Well, the worst thing to do, the great sin when it comes to money overseas, is to get your money at the airport. They know you're a captive customer, they give you worse rates. If you've left it that late and you do need to get your foreign exchange from the airport, at the very least, pre-order it for airport pickup and you get a better rate. But the best thing to do is to compare. Ignore spiel like commission-free, because often commission-free, yes, but worst exchange rates. You just simply want to know, I want to change £500 into euros, how many euros will you give me after all charges? And compare like that. And you can do this online in seconds, comparing online bureau at travelmoneymax.com. And tip number 3, when you go abroad, you use a card at a bank or in a shop and it offers to let you pay in pounds rather than in euros or in dollars. The simple rule of thumb is always pay in the local currency. That way your card is doing the conversion rather than the shop or the bank, because generally when you allow the shop or the bank to convert, you get a very, very poor rate. This is especially true if you've got one of those specialist credit cards I mentioned earlier. They're giving you perfect rates, guaranteed the overseas bank or shop is not giving you a perfect rate. So if you choose to press pay in pounds, it's doing the conversion for you, you're losing out.